we serve a 10,000 square mile region. We have a very sick population that has multiple comorbidities, and we're trying to transfer from a value or from a fee for service to a value-based kind of um, reimbursement model. We had a lot of data being collected, but most of our use of data was around reacting to data. And so that was around, getting a report that may have already been 30, 60, 90, sometimes 180 days old and trying to react to that and put in solutions in place to not know the impact. And so we were at the point where we could think about a data lake health strategy on how do we ingest, collate, and then visualize data in kind of a real-time fashion. So I got wind of WellStack through actually another vendor relationship of ours, which is some managed service providers that are providing some services for us, including some reporting, and introduced us to the team. We had some demonstrations. Their platform is very solid, but a lot of platforms are. I think what's really made WellStack different was their ability to understand our ecosystem, the types of patients we were trying to serve, and clearly tell a story on how they were going to make our vision come to action. So they have a broad span of expertise. It wasn't oversellsy. It was very relationship, just trying to understand us and producing something back, which felt uh, gave you that true sense of partnership rather than just, buying a product and more transactional, like a lot of vendor relationships. We're early in our journey, but one of the things that I could tell you, so we've deployed some population health use cases. I think the way that they ingest data seems to be very streamlined. There is a methodology that they use, and I'm not that technical, even though I'm the CIO. I'm a nurse by background, so um, I it- they were able to discuss it in a way that helped me align the sequencing of that approach. Um, I think when you use the application, it's very intuitive. It you know you, it does exactly what you asked to do. So if you're looking at readmissions for a certain cohort, it's there. How we approach this is because most technology that we implement, we do try to put a performer together. And there is a lot of when you're standing a data lake up, it does take some upfront costs. You have to pay for the ingestion, you got to pay for some of um, the the compute, all those things. Um, so what we did was we picked use cases, we prioritized those use cases to what was going to have the most impact to the organization. That helped us prioritize what data we were going to ingest. Um, and then we assigned those use cases to an accountable business owner and we put dollars to it. So this is not just, IT's putting together a data lake house so that you can have better visualization. It's how are we using the data to drive the business forward? So it's tying the actual data literacy, the data accountability, that whole governance back to the product that allow then with the visibility, you can actually then use the data to kind of drive the business. Now, we now have visibility. We just got our first use case live about a month ago. So I can't speak to if we've achieved it, but I can tell you what we think we can achieve based on having better data. And so that was our approach. Particularly in my role, we get hit with a bunch of vendors who promise us a ton of stuff. They're going to solve all your problems. I think, and they want to know, it, it's almost like shoving a product down your throat. Whereas with WellStack, we were able to talk. It wasn't a sales pitch. They truly listened. And then they said, I think we can help, and this is how we can help. They used our data to tell us what problems they think they can help solve for us. They interviewed customers outside of just IT. So they talked to our finance people, they talked to our revenue cycle integrity people, our quality people, and asked them what challenges they were facing. And then are putting the product together to solution that. So it was really something that was iterative together. Um, and there's very few vendors that I've experienced to do something like that. I've looked at other products and I won't name them, but it is very much this is our platform. This is what we can do. And we're going to give it to you. And then you got to figure out all the other stuff that comes with it. They really did walk us down the path, and allowed not only myself, but my senior leadership team to kind of visualize the power of what this could bring, even with the investment that we had to put in up front.